Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Dr. Shirazi, a board-certified dermatologist specializing in medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. I'm also the founder of AziMD Skincare, and today I'm so excited for 5 treatments to look for in the new year that are going to be game changers. Wow, I can't believe we're in 2023. It seems like time's going by so fast. But I'm super excited for this year. So let's dive in. Before we get started, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and share this with a friend who's also an aesthetic or skincare enthusiast who might be interested to learn more about these treatments. Number 1, Ellacor. If you have not heard of Ellacor, it is a new non-surgical skin lifting and skin tightening treatment. Is developed at Harvard, and one of my colleagues, Dr. Matthew Abram, who's been on my podcast More Than a Pretty Face, he's actually going to be coming back on the podcast to talk about this treatment, so stay tuned and subscribe to the podcast. Essentially, Ellacor uses a technology that removes small micropores of skin. So these tiny 1 millimeter or less amounts of skin that are removed all over the face and neck. And this leaves small wounds that the skin then heals itself. And that healing process essentially lifts the skin because you have less skin to begin with. Instead of making a cut and going in and doing this more invasive, higher risk surgery, removing the skin, this new treatment will take out this excess skin and allow the skin to self-heal and tighten over a course of 7 to 10 days. Initially, it heals pretty fast because there's no heat or laser energy that causes the healing to be prolonged. Sometimes when we do CO2 laser, it can take the skin longer to heal because of the heat. And so with Ellacor, it's just a very clean, microscopic amounts of skin that gets removed in a non-surgical manner. When I see the videos on this, I'm like, oh my God, it looks so traumatic. It's like this little gun and it's just going in and out of the skin. Tumescent anesthesia is used, which is lidocaine that's filtrated under the skin, and it numbs the skin so you don't really actually feel it. Certainly there is some wound care to do afterwards, so stay tuned for this treatment. I wouldn't mind trying it because no matter what I do, I feel like I still have a little bit of sagging here. So it's good for somebody with early, mild to moderate laxity who's not quite ready for a surgical lift. So I'm super excited. Number 2, Tattoo Away. This is a new treatment where tattoo ink is expelled from the skin directly. As you guys may know, laser tattoo removal doesn't actually remove the ink directly from the skin. It just shatters it. It uses heat to shatter it, and then the ink gets taken up by your immune system and it circulates all throughout the lymphatics before you have to poop, pee, or sweat it out. Whereas Tattoo Away actually forms these little escars in the skin that contain the ink, and once the escars fall off the skin and the skin heals, the ink is just directly removed. I love this technology because 1, it doesn't matter what color ink you have, it removes all colors. 2, it's not as painful as lasers. We just use a little topical numbing and patients tolerate it really nicely. And 3, I think it takes fewer treatments than a laser tattoo removal. So if you have pretty complex tattoo with difficult colors like purple and red and green and blue, you may want to consider Tattoo Away, just because with lasers, it first of all may not remove those colors ever, but it could take 15-20 sessions, whereas with Tattoo Away, generally you can do this in about 3 to 5 sessions over 6 months to a year's time. So I find it to be more effective. And with recent reports of the tattoo ink being potentially harmful, I don't think I would want my ink circulating through the lymphatic system. I would much rather organically, naturally have it come out through the skin. I think it's just a safer method especially with all these reports coming up. But I talk more about tattoo away in this video, so check it out. Number 3, Daxxify. Well, Daxxify is gonna be a new neuromodulator available this year. It's similar to Botox in that it relaxes the muscles, so therefore they can't crinkle up the skin and cause wrinkles. But Botox is derived from human albumin protein, whereas Daxxify doesn't contain any human or animal byproducts, and it is purely derived from peptides or amino acids. These are the same building blocks that make up proteins, and so because of that peptide technology, it's thought to last longer, because typically Botox lasts about 3 months for most people. Daxxify is estimated to last anywhere from 6 to 12 months. So it's gonna be great for patients because you only have to come see me like once or twice a year. It's gonna save a lot of time for both physicians and patients. And the effects actually take place that same day, sometimes within a few hours. It's crazy. Botox, on the other hand, can take a few days to kick in, and the final results seen at 1 to 2 weeks. So Daxxify kicks in much faster, lasts much longer. So I'm so excited for this new injectable this year. Number 4 is Volux, which is a new hyaluronic acid filler that is highly cohesive. So it's gonna make it a game changer, especially for facial balancing and working to give you that snatch jawline or augment the chin, project the chin. It is gonna be really great at kind of changing the facial structure. So look out for that. I am so excited to try this, particularly for profile balancing. It can also be used as a liquid facelift because it has such great lifting powers and it's very firm. It's gonna be a very unique addition to all the fillers that we currently have to work with. This should be coming out in the spring of 2023, so stay tuned. And number 5, AviClear Laser for acne. This is supposed to replace Accutane, but only time will tell. We've seen several lasers and treatments, light treatments coming on the market for acne, and they have a lot of promise. So I think we have to still gain some more experience with it, but it is the first laser to be FDA approved for acne. It's a 1726 nanometer wavelength of light that targets sebaceous glands, and it prevents them from overproducing sebum, which plays a huge role in acne. What's nice about it is it works on all types of acne, including hormonal, cystic, inflammatory, and it takes multiple sessions, usually about 3 sessions every 6 to 8 weeks. And it can be used on all skin types. So it doesn't matter if you're darker skin or lighter skin. Because it doesn't really do anything to the surface of the skin, it passes through to target those sebaceous glands, those oil glands. Any skin type may benefit from it. In clinical trials, 80% of the patients saw at least half their acne clear. So it's very promising because it's not a prescription or a medication. It's just using a wavelength of light. I am so excited to see the outcome this year on AviClear. The cost is estimated to be up to $5,000, so it might be a little less depending on your response and the geographical location that you may live in. All right guys, thanks for tuning in. Comment below, let me know if you've tried any of these treatments. Share your experience. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks guys.